I am Mrs. Alamu, FR. I am the principal of Community High School, Esele, in Orire local government of Oyo State. On Friday around 9:30, we were attacked by a certain group of people, and a good number of us were abducted, the staff and the students as well. And we have been here since Friday. I am making this video to ask for help from everyone, starting from the federal government of Nigeria and Oyo State government, Engineer Seyi Makinde, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and all well-meaning Nigerians, that they should come to our help and settle this thing peacefully so that our lives will not be lost.
On Friday, 15th of May 2026, 46 people were kidnapped in the Orire local government area near Ogbomoso, Oyo State. 7 teachers, 39 pupils, which include a 2-year-old toddler, were all abducted. A teacher was killed during the attack and another was killed later in captivity. This attack wasn't carried out in just one school. The kidnappers had enough time to go from one school to another in this coordinated raid. News got out and expected. People were furious. Nigerians were mad about the news. But is this the first time a news like this will come out, or is this even the first time Nigerians will be very mad about the security level of the country? You see, to really understand the kidnappings in Nigeria, we need to go back. We need to go back to where it all started, the pre-colonial roots. When the Portuguese traders arrived in 1485, and subsequent European colonial presence perpetuated large-scale kidnappings through the transatlantic slave trade to the Niger Delta Ground Zero from the year 1990 to 2008. The modern kidnapping for ransom has its clearest origin in the oil-rich Niger Delta in the 1990s. Communities in this region suffered decades of destruction and neglect. This injustice became political justification for armed militancy. By the 2000s, militant groups began kidnapping foreign oil workers as an act of political protest, demanding resource control and attention to the Delta communities. Approximately 358 kidnapping cases were recorded in 2008 alone, the majority originating from the militant conflicts. Niger Delta then became the laboratory where kidnapping for ransom mutated from. Now to the Boko Haram turning point. Founded in the early 2000s by Mohammed Yusuf in Maduguri, Boko Haram transformed from a radical religious sect into a full insurgency after the 2009 uprising and the death of its founder in state custody. This radicalization changed the nature of kidnapping in Nigeria permanently. On April 14, 2014, Boko Haram abducted 246 schoolgirls from the government girls' secondary school in Chibok, Borno State. This incident triggered the global Bring Back Our Girls campaign and became a watershed moment, demonstrating that mass abduction could generate international attention, political pressure, and extractable ransom. It revealed the vulnerability of schools and the profound limitation of the Nigerian state. Hashtag Bring Back Our Girls went viral worldwide. Government from the US, the UK pledged support. A decade later, many of the 276 girls remained unaccounted for. 4 years later, history repeated itself. In February 2018, 110 schoolgirls were abducted from the Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi, Yobe State. The pattern was being institutionalized. And then, the bandit era. As Boko Haram tactics spread awareness of kidnapping profitability, a new actor emerged in the northwest Nigeria: organized bandit groups. These groups, distinct from the jihadist organizations, adopted kidnapping as a core revenue stream after cattle rustling. Their previous main income source became less viable as herds were depleted and communities relocated. Let me take you back to some significant things that you might have missed. The Niger Delta militancy began in the 1990s. The first modern kidnapping surge was in 2008, where 353 people were kidnapped, followed by the Chibok girls, which was in April 2014, where 276 schoolgirls were abducted. The Dapchi schoolgirl abduction in February 2018, where 110 girls were abducted. The Kankara school abduction in Katsina, 344 boys were abducted. The Zamfara boarding school raid in February 2021, where 300 plus girls were abducted. Before we continue, let me just take you back to some significant changes in how the numbers started becoming bigger and bigger, and so is the value of the industry. The ransom paid between 2011 to 2020 was around 18 million US dollars. That is in a space of 9 years. The ransom paid between July 2022 to June 2023, which is just 1 year, was 5 billion naira, approximately $3.9 million. The ransom paid in May 2023 was 2.2 trillion naira, which was approximately $1.42 billion. The civilians kidnapped in the same 12-month period, which was just 1 year, was around 2.2 million incidents. Now to the big question, is this just a business of survival and desperation, or it is a structure to control? That is a point. The numbers before me are staggering, and we saw how they changed over the years. Which brings the question, is this an industry? Between May 2023 and April 2024, Nigeria National Bureau of Statistics recorded approximately 2.2 million kidnapping incidents, roughly 1% of the entire population. Over that same period, Nigerians paid the equivalent of $1.42 billion in ransom, dwarfing Nigeria's annual budget of health allocation, making kidnapping by some measures the fastest growing sector in the economy. 91% of kidnapping incidents in this period were motivated by ransom extraction. Only 2.4% were attributed to political, criminal, or terrorist objectives. A striking statistics that reframe kidnapping not as an ideological warfare, but as an economic enterprise. When 91% of kidnappings are economically motivated and ransom payments reach $1.42 billion in a single year, is this still a crime or a parallel economy with its own supply chains, labor markets, and price structures?